Hey baseball fans, Ryan here. Welcome to today's video. We have a very exciting and unique and interesting video ahead of us. We're actually going to talk about a signee from yesterday's Pioneer League baseball draft. But before we can get into that, first and foremost, I hope you all had an awesome weekend. Spring training baseball is back. MLB games are back. So it really feels good to actually say that finally baseball season is back. It really feels good to say that. I just wanted to get that out of the way. But anywho, guys, welcome back to the channel of Main Event Baseball with Ryan. And again, we're going to talk about the Pioneer League draft. So what better way than to have an official Pioneer League baseball? Yeah. But all right, guys. So a little bit about it. All right. Like I said, yesterday was the official. This past weekend was the very first tryout out of 3 in 2025 for none other than the Pioneer League. And the tryout ended yesterday. The tryout began last Friday, and it was Friday and Saturday in Davenport, Florida, the third straight year that has been the host of a Pioneer League baseball tryout. And, well, like I said, the next one is just a couple of weeks away. It will take place at Salt River Fields at Talking Stick at the Arizona Diamondbacks minor league complex. And I will be live at that tryout to do live coverage. And then the final one is actually in July, and that's the 2025 Pioneer League midseason tryout in Ogden, home of the Pioneer League's Ogden Raptors. But that's a story for another time. So yesterday, there was one particular pick in the Pioneer League draft that caught my attention. You may not remember his name, but his name is Galen Rutledge. And a little bit about him. He is a two-way player out of Vanderbilt. Played outfield at Vanderbilt. Did not get a lot of time pitching. And what makes it very interesting is Galen Rutledge was the #1 overall pick in last year's Pioneer League baseball draft in Davenport, Florida. And he was drafted by none other than the only team that did not have a pick in yesterday's draft, the Boise Hawks. So long story short, Galen Rutledge was drafted last year in 2024, #1 overall in the Pioneer League draft by the Boise Hawks. The Boise Hawks, though, were the only team in the tryout that actually did not get a pick in yesterday's draft. They actually forfeited their pick. So we'll get back to that in a little bit. But Galen Rutledge was drafted out of the Pioneer League draft yesterday by the Yuba High Whalers. And you're like, well, I've never heard of that team before, Ryan. Hear me out. Yuba, last year, the High Whalers were in the Pioneer League. They were not called the Yuba High Whalers last year. They were called the YOLO High Whalers. And they played at UC Davis, a college baseball field and all that. And they ended up actually winning the Pioneer League championship last year. But Galen Rutledge, guys, was drafted by the Yuba High Whalers yesterday. Congratulations to him. He was on the Hawks last year, but he did not make the opening day roster. And you're like, well, Ryan, he was drafted #1 overall in the Pioneer League draft. Like I said yesterday, guys, if you are actually drafted out in the first Pioneer League tryout by a Pioneer League team, you are pretty much not always guaranteed a spot on the opening day roster, okay? Sometimes you are, other times you're not, But what you are guaranteed is you will go to the spring training for the Pioneer League team that drafted you. So Galen Rutledge was drafted as a pitcher last year by the Hawks out of that draft. So he came to Boise. He came to camp. He was with the Hawks in camp 5 weeks. He pitched twice, okay? His first outing in a game in Hawks spring training last year was at the Hawks Stadium on Mother's Day when we took on the Black Sox. Galen Rutledge came out of the bullpen. I still have his stats from that outing. So last year, Galen Rutledge went 0.1 innings. So what he did is he only got 1 out of the whole inning he went. He got 1 out. It was a ground out. He gave up 4 walks. He gave up 2 hits, and he hit 4 batters. That was his first outing in an exhibition game for the Boise Hawks last year. His next outing would come about a week later, but it wouldn't be at the Hawks Stadium. It would be at the Idaho Falls Chucker Stadium. It was the final Boise Hawks exhibition game of last year. Galen Rutledge in that outing came in with only 1 out and the bases loaded. He ended up giving up 2 runs. He struck out 0. He walked 3. So he only pitched twice for the Hawks in spring training last year. And really what happened is after that, Galen Rutledge was put on the IL. So he began the regular season. He was with the Hawks on the home opener and opening day last year, but he was not on the active roster because he was on the IL. Well, about 2 weeks, So about 2 weeks later, Galen Rutledge was still on the IL for the Hawks. And our manager last year at the time had to go get Galen evaluated. So he was sent to St. Luke's Sports Med to get evaluated of whether he is eligible to come off the IL or not. He did. He came off the IL the very next day. And the day he came off the IL, 45 minutes after that move was made official, he was officially released from the Boise Hawks and all that. And I'm not talking bad about Galen. I'm really not. The guy is one of the most greatest guys you'll meet. He's really nice, but I'm just telling you the story, okay? Just so we all are on the same page. After he got released by the Hawks, he tried out for 2 other teams in the Pioneer League, the Grand Junction Jackalopes. He tried out for the Grand Junction Jackalopes when the Jackalopes were here in Boise playing the Hawks. So the day after he was released by the Boise Hawks here in Boise, he went back to the Hawks Stadium and he showed up for when the Jackalopes got practice. And he basically threw a bullpen. I spoke to the Jackalopes manager, and they were not interested. He didn't tell me really what happened. He just said that at that point, they made their decision that they were not interested in signing. So Galen ended up actually going and playing 4 games for the Black Sox. If you want me to talk about the Black Sox, and a little bit history about them, I am more than happy to do that. Let me know down below in the comment section if you are interested in hearing about Black Sox baseball. I'm more than happy to explain it to you. But you know what? I'm happy for him because yesterday Galen Rutledge tried out in the draft, the Pioneer League draft, and he tried out as a 2-way player. So he did some pitching and some hitting, and he was picked up by the Yuba High Wheelers in the Pioneer League. And so where the Yuba High Wheelers are at is in California. They are actually located in California's capital, Sacramento, which is also going to be the regular season home of the of the Athletics, and it is the AAA home of the San Francisco Giants. And on top of that, it is the home of the University of UC Davis. So there you go. Sacramento has a lot of baseball history in it, as you would say. But yeah, I'm happy for Galen and all that. He will go to Yuba High Wheelers spring training camp, and he will have the opportunity to make the Yuba High Wheelers 2025 opening day roster, which, don't get me wrong, I absolutely wish the absolute best of luck for Galen Rutledge. But yeah, back-to-back years he was drafted out of the Pioneer League draft in Davenport, Florida. So I find that a really pretty cool story to share and all that, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it. So yeah, Galen Rutledge was drafted by the defending Pioneer League champions, the High Wheelers, and he will officially be a part of 2025 Yuba High Wheelers spring training camp. So we, from the Boise Hawks, we wish him the absolute best of luck. I have a great relationship with Galen and all that. So, but I thought I would share that with you. It's a pretty cool, inspiring baseball story, I always use this quote in baseball: if you're good, they will find you. And that is probably a quote that fits this situation right here. So I want to just say congratulations to Galen Rutledge and congratulations to the Yuba High Wheelers, who, by the way, are the defending Pioneer League baseball champions. They defeated the Glacier Range Riders in the championship last year. They ended up winning best out of 3. So congratulations to the High Wheelers. But yeah, I really thought that was a really cool and interesting story, and it's pretty cool. Independent baseball, guys, is not easy to make, and hey, he's still going to be able to get the chance to play baseball. So, but yeah, so. All right, guys, if you guys have any questions about the Black Sox, I want to bring that up one more time real quick. If you have any questions about that team, absolutely let me know. I'm happy to do a video on it, and I'm happy to explain any questions you have. So make sure you take note of that. But other than that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys didn't mind listening to that, what I call story time. But it's a pretty cool story. So I'm going to end the video right there, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Drop a like if you enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel already. And yeah, guys, we're getting close to 2025 Pioneer League Baseball. So without further ado, I'll log off for now. Have a great rest of your Monday night, everybody. And I will see all of you baseball fans right back here in the next episode.